Tonight we're diving into a cultural storm that began with something as simple as denim. Yes, jeans. And yet, somehow, Sydney Sweeney, one of Hollywood's fastest rising stars, managed to turn a playful American Eagle ad into a nationwide political flashpoint. In an age when celebrities often use their platforms to make political statements, Sweeney did the opposite. She didn't lecture, didn't scold, didn't take a side, at least not publicly. But that silence, that refusal to engage, spoke volumes. It triggered critics, confused fans, and reignited the endless online war between culture and politics. So how did a 28-year-old actress wearing blue jeans end up being called everything from fearless to problematic? Tonight, we explore the story behind the outrage and what it reveals about the world we live in today. Let's rewind to July. American Eagle launched a cheeky, lighthearted ad campaign featuring Sweeney. The tone was playful. She jokes about her jeans, making a pun between DNA and denim. Genes are passed down from parents to offspring, she says in one clip, smiling into the camera. My jeans are blue. It was an ad meant to celebrate the brand's classic appeal with a wink of humor. But almost immediately, social media exploded. Many progressives accused the campaign of promoting white supremacy, arguing that featuring a blonde, blue-eyed actress talking about jeans was racially insensitive. Within hours, the conversation shifted from fashion to politics, from marketing to morality. The criticism snowballed. Twitter threads dissected the ad like it was a political manifesto. Commentators labeled it tone-deaf. Others accused Sweeney and American Eagle of using coded racial messaging, a claim that in hindsight feels far-fetched but undeniably effective at grabbing attention. What was meant as a pun had turned into a cultural battlefield. Yet, amid the chaos, something unexpected happened. The ad worked. Sales climbed. Engagement soared. And American Eagle stood firm. They didn't pull the campaign, didn't apologize, and didn't retreat. In a media landscape obsessed with cancellations, that kind of backbone was rare. And Sweeney? She didn't say a word. Her silence became a story in itself. While the internet debated her intentions, Sweeney went about her business, filming projects, walking red carpets, and staying out of the online mudslinging. To some, that restraint was a masterclass in how to handle controversy. Stay calm, stay focused, and don't feed the fire. To others, it was avoidance, an unwillingness to take responsibility. But for most Americans, it was simply refreshing. Here was a celebrity who didn't rush to issue a Notes app apology or turn her marketing gig into a political statement. She modeled something different: composure. And that composure, ironically, fast forward to now, nearly half a year later, the conversation resurfaced when GQ published a new profile on Sweeney. In it, she finally broke her silence, though not in the way critics hoped. She brushed off the uproar with a shrug. I did a jean ad, she said plainly. I love jeans. All I wear are jeans. That's it. No grand explanation. No ideological defense. Just a woman talking about denim. She acknowledged that the attention was surreal, especially when the White House got involved. Yes, even President Donald Trump and Vice President J.D. Vance publicly praised her for the ad. But for Sweeney, politics was the last thing on her mind. The irony couldn't be stronger. In an age when every public gesture is dissected for hidden meaning, Sweeney insists there was none. She didn't make a statement about genetics, race, or identity. She made an ad for jeans, and a good one, judging by how it boosted American Eagle's profile. When asked whether the outrage affected her, she said simply, "It didn't affect me one way or the other." That kind of detachment is almost unheard of in today's celebrity culture, where public image is constantly curated and managed. Sweeney's refusal to perform outrage, remorse, or political alignment is, in itself, a statement. one that's making people rethink what authenticity looks like. Of course, not everyone is satisfied. Critics argue that her dismissiveness glosses over the deeper implications of media representation. They question whether she fully grasps how cultural symbols can be misinterpreted or weaponized. But then again, maybe that's the point. Not every artist has to overanalyze their work to appease an audience that's perpetually offended. Sweeney's approach highlights a growing divide between those who see everything through a political lens and those who just want to live and work without ideological baggage. In that sense, she has unintentionally become a symbol for depoliticization in pop culture. And while the internet argued, the numbers spoke louder than tweets. American Eagle saw one of its biggest engagement spikes in years. The ad didn't just sell jeans, it sold a mood, a moment of rebellion against oversensitivity. When asked about false claims that the campaign failed financially, Sweeney reportedly grew frustrated. She set the record straight. The ad was a success, period. The backlash, ironically, only amplified its reach. For a company built on youthful energy and casual wear, controversy turned into the best marketing tool imaginable. Once again, outrage proved to be the internet's most powerful advertisement. In the end, the Sydney Sweeney jeans saga says less about her and more about us. About a society so primed for outrage that a playful pun can become a political scandal. About a culture that demands every celebrity pick a side, or else. Sweeney's choice to stay silent, to keep things simple, feels radical in that environment. Whether you agree with her or not, her calm defiance is worth noting. She didn't fixate on optics or ideology. She focused on what she was hired to do. Sell jeans. And maybe that's why she stands out. In a time when every conversation turns into a culture war, Sydney Sweeney's greatest act of rebellion was choosing not to fight. The Sydney Sweeney jeans controversy also underscores the power and absurdity of social media in shaping modern celebrity culture. A single ad, meant to be playful and lighthearted, became a battleground for ideological debates that had little to do with fashion. Memes, opinion columns, and viral threads spread faster than the ad itself, demonstrating how digital platforms amplify outrage while obscuring nuance. Sweeney's refusal to engage with every accusation gave her control over the narrative in a subtle way. She let the internet rage while maintaining her composure. In doing so, she highlighted an important lesson. In today's media environment, restraint can be more impactful than reaction, and authenticity can often trump performative outrage. Finally, this saga also raises questions about the intersection of celebrity, politics, and commerce. Brands like American Eagle rely on cultural moments to boost engagement, and sometimes controversy is part of the strategy, whether intentional or accidental. Yet, Sweeney's handling of the situation demonstrates that celebrities can navigate these moments without capitulating to external pressures. By focusing on the work itself, the jeans, the ad, the craft, she kept the conversation grounded, even while the media stormed around her. At the end of the day, the story of Sydney Sweeney's jeans is a reminder that in a hyper-polarized culture, simplicity and confidence can be radical acts, and that not every public gesture needs to be politicized to make an impact.